Yeah, I mean, I guess when I look at things, like, I mean, it depends on where you are. I mean, if you're at an iPad 2 already, maybe the iPad 3 really wouldn't be too much of a change. So if you're at iPad 1, maybe, I wouldn't mind upgrading. Just as, how that's how upgrades go, though. Every so many years, things are going to happen, and we're going to have to do it. So,
And
I don't know, personally, I'm just not at the level of the pad yet anyway. I'm still comfortable with my laptop, it still has the things that I'm looking to do anyway. But, I mean, if it changes at all, I wouldn't mind having something, if it becomes more feasible to actually be able to, I guess, just be able to go online with them, and I mean, you can do all those great things, but how many programs can you put on it? Like, can you run computer programs
yeah,
on
you
it?
can run. It's just going to be like the iPad 1 and 2.
So it
like
is
anything,
just-
you got your own apps. You got everything normal. It's just mostly making it look pretty. It's more of a
Are you,
facelift type of deal.
are you a crazy apps user?
Me, the only thing I got close to is an iPod Touch, but yeah, I got like what 300 apps on the thing, but it's mostly for like Facebook and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a heavy app user.
So it's probably good for people who want to be in social media anyway, because it's a great way. It's a lot more convenient than carrying this thing around. It's not like I can shove this in my pocket, or it's not as convenient to throw in the backpack. So just having the iPad in general could be a good thing.
I think personally, it's more convenient for people like you and me or college students that they can sit around in the college dorms and type out their latest notes and stuff like that, and don't have to carry these big, huge, bulky laptops in their backpacks. I mean, yours probably weigh like what 10, 15 pounds in a backpack, versus 4 or 5 pounds of a little iPad, and you still got the same computer processor as those things or as ours.
The thinner.
Thinner.
You get thinner every time.
You get thinner every time, yes. Our next tech story is, I think it's kind of cool, is the FFA. The FAA is finally taking a look to allowing passengers to have their devices on during takeoff and landing.
So we don't have to shut it off immediately. Like, shut it off, you can't use it.
Yeah.
We are about to leave.
Yeah.
Or we're about to land.
Exactly. What I think about it is great is because if the pilots now are, I don't know, can't remember which airlines, I think it's American or Delta, they're allowing their pilots to have iPads in the cockpit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's gonna...
I mean...
So if the pilots could do it, why can't we?
Exactly. Why can't we do it? If the pilots, and one of the main concerns is that it was going to interfere with the autopilot or something like that. And if the pilots are having their on during takeoff and landing, why can't we?
It's a good question,
And also, I think a little bit of what Alex Baldwin's little stunt there about 2 or 3 months ago. He got thrown off for playing with his iPad there. I don't know if that's because of it, but after they're looking into allowing us have our iPads going.
I mean, I guess it all breaks down to exactly what it is that's messing with the airlines. I mean, is it just running the apps, or can we just be like, oh, let's just shut off the internet connection? Like, you're not allowed to be on the internet, but you can still run your device. Can we do it? Is it going to be that way?
Good. I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, it can go any direction at that point, huh?
It could.
I like to think it'd be nice to be able to use my device. As long as I know I'm not going to crash.
Yeah. The last trip that I was on, I saw a lot of people using their laptops. I even used my DVD player on the plane, and the stewards or anything like that didn't bother telling anybody to turn it off. So until we started heading down into that last 10,000 feet, and then they said, okay, turn it off now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I've never seen that as an issue either. Just I always found you can run your devices while you're in the air and everything. Is that what they're changing though? That now we can just run it whenever, we don't have to just shut it off during takeoff or landing either.
Because what it was is Alex Baldwin got on the plane and he made a big stint because I told him to say no, turn off his iPad because in the middle of playing Words of Friends. So Yeah, the biggest stint. We got more tech news. Yeah, we do. I'm running through tech news like crazy here.
All right. What other kind of news you got going?
All right, we got more. So, how would you like to have some of lovely Apple money?
Oh my God! I think everybody would like to have Apple money.
Yeah, according to CNET, they are going to divvy out, I think it says, $97.6 billion in cash they are giving out. So, to their stockholders, gee, I wish I was one of their stockholders right now.
You could be. Buy some shares.
Buy some shares. But unfortunately,
I mean, there's that whole thing too. I mean, everybody was nervous when about the news with Bill Gates anyway. So not Bill Gates.
Steve
I'm sorry,
Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Yeah, listen to me. I'm going backwards. Yeah, Steve Jobs. You know, the whole scares like, oh, is Apple going to go downhill? And then all of a sudden the shares dropped for a little while. That would have been good. That would have been a great time actually, probably to invest and throw some money into it. But you know what I mean? I guess you have a company as strong as Apple, and to think that it would just fail just because the main guy's going. You know, there's all those other people who are responsible to helping him. You know, he had some great ideas, but you know, those people are still around to do it, to create and to, you know, carry on with what his visions were.
yeah,
So it's still a great product, right?
it's still a great product no matter who's behind the wheels.
So it still would be worth investing in, I guess. And that's a great incentive right there, you know, to be a shareholder. Boy, I wouldn't mind a quick 97, little piece of that 97 billion.
Me too. Number 4. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind having that. I'm just looking up some more.
Is there some more news?
Yeah, I'm trying to find some more. I think we got enough time for a couple more stories.
Okay.
Here's one personal to your heart. I found coming across the news. Marvel Comics are now going on to iPad 3.
Oh, sweet. So we're going to have apps to view our comics.
View your comics.
Nice.
I know you're a high fan of graphic novels and stuff like that. So yeah, you can be viewing your comics.
Cool. So you're getting right up there with DC. DC was ahead of them in that department for a little while. I mean, they're already starting to. I guess they all had been too. Comics have decided to go to that digital realm now too.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing with like all the books are going on to the Kindle and iPads, and so I guess it's just worth it. You know, why not?
Yeah,
I mean, the deal with comics though, I mean, okay, now that I'm kind of in that situation to be able to talk about it, I think it's going to be so hard. There's a lot of people who read books say it's just so hard to, you know, just the feel of the pages. How can you replace that? I mean, even with the comic art, because of the way it's printed on the certain types of print that you'd put it on, it would do the same thing, you know, where you have that image made a specific way, so you're looking at it and you really love it, you know. But on the screen, it looks amazing still, you know. Like I've seen some of the digital stuff, and it's gotten a lot better as opposed to just being a scanned PDF and throwing it in. Now they're actually doing a lot better job of preserving the image itself when you view it, and it's really crystal clear these days.
yeah. To me, I kind of like the idea of being on tablets and stuff like that, because that's the main reason why they made the tablet, like Nook and the Kindle, is to show book as a book reader.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's pretty nice to have. Now use comic books, so reaching out to generations, younger generations. So it's kind of nice. Now, this one I was kind of holding off to the end, but I guess since we seem to have some time, how would you change the Nook tablet?
How would I change it?
Yeah, because according to this article in Engadget, the Barnes & Nobles is having a conflict between Amazon, saying that basically no fair that the tablet or the Kindle is people buying the Kindle more than we're buying the Nook. How come? Me personally, I think the Nook is just, you know, one thing. You can only do one thing with the Nook, which is just read a book. With a Kindle Fire, you can do anything you want. It's more like an iPad. So I think if you change it more into like an iPad than anything else.
Probably. I mean, that's its downfall. It just wants to be a book. So, and a lot of us, I mean, I know I personally prefer a device that would do a lot more than just one thing, especially if I'm going to pay a lot of money for it. You know, I mean, do something other than just read a book. I want to be able to look at that book and then flip to the internet real quick and, like, you know, hey, this is really cool. Oh, what's that little thing about right there? Oh, let me flip on the internet real quick, look at something else. Oh, cool. I can, you know, I want to answer my phone on my thing too. You know, so.
Yeah, so you're sounding more like you want something like an iPhone.
Yeah, why not? Or just, it would be nice to have the pads do that too, and just set it up. And
before you know it, that's going to be the way it's going to be. There's just one device controls it all.
yeah.
Anything else?
Technology.
Oh yeah, isn't it great?
Just keep moving.
Keeps moving forward.
What do you think the next thing's going to be?
I think next thing is going to be kind of like you said, a device that combines it all together. It combines the laptop, the tablet, the phones, cell phones. Before you know it, it's all going to be combined into one solid device.
I actually think Verizon has one now. I wish I could remember the name, but I just saw it the other day. Somebody brought it to me. It's just slightly bigger than the Razors now, and it's like,
Yeah,
have you seen those?
I've seen pictures of those.
Those are pretty nice. There's a good size screen on it too. So
Yeah, I think it's an Android smartphone.
it is.
Yeah,
It is.
Android smartphone. For
Yeah.
those that don't know what Android is, it's the other operating system that phones now run on. It's not taking place of iOS, but it's competition to iOS. And basically, you can do the same thing as you do with your Apples now, but it's just a competition so that the Apple don't really control the whole market of the cell phones. Anything you can think of or came across it this week for tech news? Because I'm running out.
I don't know. I actually haven't. And it's just nobody's fault of my own. I've just been doing a lot of other things. But I mean, as far as I know, I think that's pretty much what I was thinking about. Was just because I was introduced to that new Android operating phone, and it was kind of a lot of fun to use. It's just, you know, because it is kind of that transition between what we have now, like our iPads and our smartphones, where it's actually kind of, this one's growing, the iPad's growing sort of, but trying to stay the same size, and it's just like, when are they going to kind of combine into one, you know, kind of form like Voltron, and then here's this new kind of device, like, oh, here it is, the final product, now all the rest of the things are obsolete, and we're just going to be using this.
Yeah, but before even that...
Galaxy, I think that's what it is, the Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah, Samsung Galaxy. Anything, or even go further than that, before you know it, everything will be behind our ears or in our brains. We'll be just thinking, all right, dial, you know, Joe Smo, dial up.
There it is, Retina.
Yeah, Retina display.
Retina implants, yep, there it is.
Yep. God, we're more and more like the Borg every day.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to you go Adobe. In our product review section tonight, Joe here has graciously downloaded Amuse, which some of you who are a website designer will recognize it and say, "Hey, look, it's just fireworks on steroids, basically." To me, I took a look at the product, and there's really no difference between that and fireworks. But is there really a difference?
There's a slight difference. I mean, it depends on what you're doing with it. Because I mean, with what Muse is trying to do, I guess, is make a simple platform for designers to just be able to do what they want. You know, so it's kind of like, say I just opened up Photoshop and I decided to make a page that looks like a page. Oh, what do you know? I can just make that page live right now, bing. And that's the idea of Muse, is there's no coding involved. So just simple designers, people with no kind of code experience, can just build the page as though they were just building something in Photoshop, or combine that with fireworks, and you have pretty much what Muse is, kind of a way to fade out. I guess you wouldn't fade it out, but like the Dreamweaver thing, you know, for those who just don't have the code ability.
Yeah, those of us that don't have code technology like Joe and I.
Well, I mean, I got enough, but I'm just not at the level, because, you know, I mean, you have all your JavaScript, and then you have the PHP, and you have a lot of other things that you could factor in. So, I mean, as a designer, I mostly worked with the HTML and the CSS part of it, and, you know, it's not bad. And I've tried to dabble into the other codes and Ajax and whatnot, but, you know, I just prefer to design it from my visual point of view, that's just how I am.
Same here, because I've tried to use, I've tried to use like Dreamweaver and Coda, and I personally prefer to use it. When I was designing this website for this show, I had to use one of those templates that, like Muse, and to me, it was like trying to ride a bike after 5 years, ride a bike again with training wheels on after 5 years of riding without. I got so frustrated with it, I just ended up, okay, just whatever. Just give me the site that I want, and I'll put it up and deal with the coding later, because I gotten so used to coding a website myself to a point where if having a template on there, it was frustrating for me personally. But I guess if somebody who never know what to do, doesn't have the first clue about how to code, like, you know, HTML, HTML5 and JavaScript, jQuery and all of that, come walking up and say, hey, I want to do a website. So you could use Muse, Fireworks, and all of them to put it out, and you do make pretty good websites with this stuff. But for us people that really know how to code, I think it's going to be very difficult and frustrating.
It probably will. It probably will change the whole aspect to them. It's just like, well, this is what I'm used to, you know. Like, here I am. I want to do this. I want to add this piece of line of code in. But wait, how do I do that now? Because I have all this. But I mean, you can input code. I believe. I'm sure there's some spots in it that.
Yeah, with the.
Yeah, like they have a little a box that you could pull up and be like, oh, I want to put this type of HTML in here, and you could probably program your own things into it too. But it is a lot different, because you're dragging and dropping as opposed to just
what you're used to letting the line of code and making sure your CSS works at the same time.
Right? It'd be like the difference between drawing out the plans to a house and selecting all the materials you're going to use, or you're the one actually building the house with the materials. And that's pretty much what Muse is going to be like. It's like you're the actual builder. Like, here's all the stuff, take it and put it where it belongs, and then you have your page.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nice for designers. And again, Muse is just the code name for it too. We don't actually know what the name is.
Yeah. By the way, this is beta version. They don't know what the actual name of it yet is. Do you know when they are going to release it?
I'm not really sure yet. I haven't actually.
They haven't given a release date.
I don't know if they give the release date yet. And we can check that out, can't we?
Yeah.
When will it be finished? They say early 2012. So it could be anywhere from now until maybe the summer.
Yeah, summer, June, July, around there.
Or depending on how many times they want to push it back. Like, oh, we're not ready yet. Oh, it's not ready.
Yeah,
Still
I know.
testing, so.
I know how it is with software sometimes. They push it back to, we release it early summer. Here it is, late fall, and they haven't released it yet.
Maybe.
So, yeah.
Or it could be the other way around, where it's like, we want to put it out so badly, we'll just give you what we got, and it's all the bugs, and you're like, oh no, now I got to wait for version 1.12 or whatever, you know.
Yeah. By the way, guys, don't ever buy the first release of any software. Wait till 5 or 6, or wait till at least the next version comes out, because when the first version comes out, like Joe says, it is usually full of bugs.
I mean, that's probably why they're beta testing it now with the public. Like, here you go, here's what we're gonna have. Let's see what we can come up with now, so we can get it done as fast as possible. But still, you know, you can't, even in your beta test, you don't find everything. as soon as it opens up to the public and people start using something, you know, there's going to be a whole bunch more like, oh, you know, this was great with this, and all the suggestions are going to come into the point. What is it? Adobe does the 0.5 versions, right?
Yeah.
Every so often, like, so now they're up to 5.5, and 5.5 is actually pretty nice. Back to the Dreamweaver thing of it, anyway. I mean, you can now, it's got the ability to help you design stuff for smartphones now too. So your web pages look good. Do you ever use that?
I've used Dreamweaver this semester. I'm in a intermediate web development class this semester at CCV, and we are learning how to do HTML5, PHP, and all the higher stuff. And I've used Dreamweaver 5.5, the new version.
Oh, nice.
And to me, it's just like any other Dreamweaver, but it's, you know, it's a lot nice. It's just like I said, any other Dreamweaver.
Yeah. I'm hoping that this new whatever Muse comes out to be is actually on the version 6 Adobe Suite, because I'm trying to hold off. I want to get 5.5, but I'm just gonna hold off.
Okay.
We can kind of wrap it, I guess, then, right?
Yeah, we're gonna kind of wrap up. Unfortunately, we ran out of time. Once again, this is Tech for Dummies. Please join us maybe during my next episode. Got any questions, comments, or concerns, or questions and comments, please email me at tech4dummies1@gmail.com and at our website, tech4dummies1.com. When you're in that site, also you can use our Facebook, Twitter, and Google links. It'll link you right to the sites, and you can comment there and ask questions and comments, and starting our next show, we will be answering them. So please go there and write questions and comments there. For now, that's it. Good night.